All right, part two. We're back. We are so back. Are these clocks for sale? Some are. There a lot of these are. There are some that aren't, though, unfortunately. You can check here. This is a good place to look. And this coupon code is valid until the 31st. So check it out. There's a sale that will be live after the stream as well. Got my coffee and ready for more clocks. Thank you guys for coming back. I really appreciate it. I had to take that phone call. I'm so sorry. I don't think I've ever done anything like that before. That was pretty important. I had to take it. But welcome back. Welcome back. If you guys stay for another 45 minutes, 40 minutes-ish, all the clocks are going to go off on the hour. I highly recommend. Got a Seiko over here that is probably my favorite Seiko that I have at the moment, and you will see why right now. Oh, Scarlet, no, I'm sorry. What happened to it? It may have been fixable in some cases, unless it was battery corrosion, then that's probably a no. Thank you, Halo Dad, for the rose. Sorry, I had to make sure I was right. If there's any you guys see that have batteries in, I will demonstrate them. Just make a request. Phantom of the Opera. Yes, I do have one that plays Phantom of the Opera with batteries in, at least. Right here. I think I demonstrated it about 3 times on the last stream, but I will do it 3 more times. Oh, thank you, Siren Queen, for the 3 roses. I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying. Were those birds? Yes. There's like doves underneath. Or something. Swans? Swans, sorry. Oh my gosh. Do you have any clocks with girls swinging? There's a girl swinging on this one. Yeah, but it's got like swans and dancers underneath the numbers. There's a similar one over here that has angels and crystals underneath the numbers. It's currently on Christmas music. It plays classical or Christmas. You can switch it on the bottom of the clock. Excuse me. Voice crack at 23 years old. But I'll show you, for example, if I can find the switch. Wrong switch. So you can switch the songs. Now it'll play classical music. Sort of like a genre mix, I guess. Let me see. My favorite clock? It changes on the daily. It really does. I have someone in the last stream, Kerbo, told me to make a tier list. I think probably I'm gonna have to go with the gear one. It's just really, really cool. There's also the brown. I like the brown, but I'm a silver guy. I got the silver watch and rings on, so I gotta go with the black and silver. Do you also own one yourself? This is actually my collection. This is literally my bedroom we're in right now. I had to take my sweater off during the last stream because I was hot. This is part 2, technically. Are the stickers an easy off? Oh yeah, they come off. Like, I'll show you on this one right here, because I already started to peel it off. it just peels right off. I mean, worst things worse, get some spray away, but they come off really easily. I just keep them on because I'm a weird collector. Some of them are cool though. Like some have like Japanese stickers, like this one down here, because it's from Japan. It's kind of cool. But yeah, no, this is my bedroom. I sleep here. No joke. I said this on the last stream a couple times, but it's nice because all of these clocks have light sensors, and whenever the sensor doesn't detect light, the clocks do not play. So I sleep soundly in here. Because there are no chimes. But as you'll hear in about a half hour, the chimes do get loud, especially whenever you have 80 going off at the same time, as you will hear if you stay. But yes, Fly Me to the Moon. Yes. Let's see. The Hello Kitty clock. I found it on eBay. I got really lucky. I found it on eBay. It's really hard to find. It's actually from Japan, and it's even really hard to find in Japan because it was like a limited model. There's honestly not a whole lot of information out there about it. Like, I don't even know the official model name of the clock at this point. Whereas I could just rattle off, this is called Renaissance. This is Timecracker 2000, Angel Timecracker, Tricracker. They all have model names. Seaside Dream, Vintage Music Box. That one, I don't have a clue. So, yeah. I started my collection. I had been really into clocks for a while, like all types of clocks. I was 13 months old, and I had to go to the hospital because I had like an allergic reaction. And we were walking down the hallway, and I saw one of those two-sided clocks up on the wall, and I kept pointing at it, and my mom's like, yeah, clock, and I just kept saying clock over and over again, so people brought me little cheap clocks as gifts to play with in my hospital bed, and then my grandma later on found rhythm clocks online, and we used to sit at her computer and watch videos of them all the time, like nonstop on a daily basis. And now I post videos of them myself online, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so it's a weird full circle moment, but yeah, that's how all this started. I got my first rhythm clock whenever I was 2. So yeah, and I still have that one too. This one plays Fly Me to the Moon. I don't know if we'll get Fly Me to the Moon, but we'll see. Nope, this is Sunrise, Sunset. Nope. This one's pretty. This is such a pretty song. Oh, I totally forgot to play the Hello Kitty clock. Sorry, I was gonna do that. Dog, what time is it? I have no clue. Here, it's currently 1:34. But yeah. Let's see. That song was Love, Love, Love by Dreams Come True. Do you deliver to Germany? Do you deliver to the UK? Unfortunately, I do not do worldwide shipping at this time, due to fear of the clocks being broken in transit overseas, and also because I can't offer warranties to people overseas, unfortunately. Hopefully in the future, maybe I can offer at least shipping to overseas, but currently, unfortunately, not now. Let's see. The Hello Kitty clock would fix me for real. I wish it would fix me. Totoro clock, anyone? I think someone had asked about Studio Ghibli. This is definitely top 5 in the collection. I think I said that before, but definitely top 5. Also, once again, I want to apologize to the YouTube viewers because the music on that probably got muted. I got copyright claimed on my last live stream for the songs on that clock. So I have to mute them on YouTube, unfortunately. Do you have the Phantom of the Opera clock? Yes. Yes. Let's see. There was another one. Oh, they're for sale. That's why the sticker is on. Some are for sale, some aren't. Like this is my personal clock here. This is mine. I just have the stickers on it. Coincidentally, this one also is for sale, but I do keep the stickers on a lot of them just for sort of like collector's value or whatever. Like for example, this one right here. The sticker is just kind of cool. I think at least. It's got like a neat little graphic kind of thing. But yes, there are a lot of these that are for sale though. Feel free to take a screenshot of this. Check out the website there. But yeah. Is Snoopy okay? Yes, Snoopy is okay. I will play Snoopy after I play the Phantom of the Opera clock. It's right up here. I haven't posted it in a while. I need to. It does not just play Phantom of the Opera, as you can hear. It's coming up. If you haven't heard it, get ready. It's an absolute banger. Does the ticking drive you mad? Not actually, because most of these have non-ticking movements. Like, it's kind of hard to hear because I have batteries in so many right now, but like if you put the phone up, there's little to no ticking at all on the vast majority of them. But yeah. And they go off every hour as long as the lights are on in your room. This little sensor over here is a light sensor, and whenever it doesn't detect light in the room, the clock does not go off on the hour. They all have these sensors on them. I'd say 99% of the ones in here. All the clocks I have for sale have sensors. The only ones that are in my collection that don't are like very old models. And even then, the creepy clown clock over here has a night sensor on it as well. It's hidden back there behind the little clown guy, but it's got one. So yeah. Anyway, the Snoopy clock over here. and it's gonna chime 12 times. Was that another Hello Kitty clock? It may have been another Hello Kitty clock over here by the creepy clown clock. This is one I'm sort of working on right now. It's not 100% working at this point. Like, I'll press this button sometimes, like, and it won't play. All of these have, well, I shouldn't say all, but I'd say 99% of them, again, have demonstration buttons. Like, there's one on this one, there's one on that one there, this one, oh, on the front, this one's on the bottom, but they all have, like, demonstration buttons of some kind. This one doesn't always work. We'll see if it works this time. No. How about this time? There. And then it closes up. The other issue with this is that it doesn't always close up. Sometimes it like stops halfway and just gets stuck. So I kind of need to figure that out. But again, this is an older model too, as you can kind of tell by the sound quality. But I don't think that it makes it any less cute by any means. But yeah. Will you be getting a restock? I'm getting my very last shipment from Rhythm USA on Monday. And all those clocks are up for pre-order now on my website. But unfortunately, Rhythm, the brand of most of the clocks in here, is leaving the US. Well, has already left the US. Their last day of operation, other than warranty, was December 31st. Their warranties are valid until March 31st of this year. But any clocks purchased on my website, I will honor Rhythm's 1-year warranty from your purchase date for any mechanical defects. It wouldn't count any physical defects, like if you drop the clock, I can't give you a new one, and that would be the same thing with Rhythm's warranty. If the batteries corrode, I can't cover that, and that's the same thing with Rhythm. They don't cover battery corrosion. So, yeah, but I do work on these clocks, and some of the clocks you see, the pre-owned ones on my website, each and every single pre-owned clock on my website is cleaned by me, completely taken apart, cleaned, tested for at least 1 month, if not up to 3+ months, just to ensure that it's working before I send it out. And if you have any issues with those, feel free to email me at any time. But I always do my best because I never want anyone to get a clock that's broken, because that happens a lot with people that buy on eBay and stuff like that. I get emails from people all the time. They're like, I bought this clock on eBay and it came broken. Can you fix it? And I'm like, I wish, but I don't exactly have repairs open at this time. Hopefully in the future, but yeah. It's kind of unfortunate, though. Let's see. Oh, is there a clock that contains K Sarah Sarah? There is one, but I don't have it. I want it so bad. It's such a good rendition of it, too. Thank you. I'm just going to call you Marty. Is that okay? Thank you, Marty, for the rose. I really appreciate that. But yeah, let's see. This Hello Kitty clock plays 12 different songs. It's in like a more electronic sound. But lucky for us, it has the song list on the back, and it's in English, so we can read them. There's my little note to myself. But it plays Toys Go Cha Cha Cha. Let me just zoom in. There we go. Do Re Mi, Sippin' Cider Through a Straw, German folk song, French folk song, Grandfather's Clock, Keisha Popo, The Shimmy Shake, there's a hair, The Policeman's Dog, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, The Rolling Acorns, and Sum Sum. It's got some interesting names for the songs on. You can definitely tell this thing's old though. It used to be a lot more pink than it is, but it got like sort of sunburnt from sitting in the sun. But yeah, and then the other Hello Kitty clock over here. There we go. The other Hello Kitty clock plays 6 songs, and they are as follows. I hope they're all in English. They might be in Japanese. They are in English. Yozora no Muku. I hope that's how you say that. Someday My Prince Will Come. Will You Dance? Love, Love, Love. Tramarai, Dreaming. And Ballad pour Adeline. I'm probably butchering the pronunciations on those. If you're new here, I tend to not pronounce things correctly ever. So, feel free to correct me when I'm wrong, but play Love, 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 please. I will, but I want to show you this version. This is the original version of the Hello Kitty clock, which is kind of cool. And before I play Love, 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 let me remind you that we've got less than 15 minutes left. Probably got like 13 minutes left until all of these clocks go off. There's about 80 that have batteries currently, and the lights are on, meaning they will go off on the hour. So stay tuned. It's definitely the best song on that clock for sure. And then once it's done, it goes back to the original time, which is pretty cool. But yeah, can we hear Someday My Prince Will Come? Yes. I'll switch over to the Hello Kitty clock to play it. There. Unfortunately, the Hello Kitty clock is not for sale. I get countless questions about that. So many people want to buy it, and I've been offered actually insane amounts of money. Like, I probably should have already sold it for the amount of money that I've been offered for it. But I'm holding on to it because it is... I'm not a Hello Kitty fan, but I really like the clock. So you can hate me for that, but I am going to hold on to it because I think it's pretty cool. And I like to have a wide variety of clocks. I have a Star Wars clock that's not in here right now. It's in the other room. And of course, all my Snoopy clocks, the one I showed you on the wall previously, and all these down here. But yeah, if you're looking for any other clocks, however, maybe this one here, perhaps. Check this out, and be sure to screenshot the coupon code, so you have it as well. That will expire on the 31st. So, there you go. Hello Liddy followed the creator. Thank you, Hello Liddy. Sorry, that's pretty good name there. Let's see. Snoopy clock? Yeah, I'll play the Snoopy clock again. I'll do a different song this time. And it's gonna chime 12 times. Where did you buy the Hello Kitty clock? I got it on eBay. I was lucky enough to find it on eBay. It originates from Japan, so I would say your best shot at finding one would be looking in Japan overseas. Um, Now shipping is not fun from Japan though, unfortunately. I've had countless clocks break. But that's probably the best option is to look in Japan. It was sold exclusively at like Sanrio outlets. Is that how you say that? Sanrio? I think that's how you say it. Uh I don't know. Hopefully I pronounced it right, but what if they all went off at once? Well, if you stay for another 10 minutes, actually probably less than 10 minutes, they all are going to go off at once. I promise it's worth it. It's kind of chaos, but it's kind of beautiful at the same time. If you can, I would recommend staying. If you can't, I have a video uploaded on my Instagram, which is at TM Clocks, and also on my YouTube, which is Timeless Moments. That's where the TM comes from. I'm going to put my sweater back on because I'm freezing. So give me 1 second. I'm going to set the camera up and play this clock while I do that. Thank you, Hello Liddy. I appreciate that. I would have to agree. I think they're cool too. I'm glad that you guys also agree. Let's see. Oh, it's actually on sale for $89. Is that on eBay? Well, there, someone can go buy it. Thank you, Jesus is King, for that. This is my collection, yes. And I do clean them, yes. There are quite a few in my collection that need cleaned currently. But I do clean them all, yes. This one I recently cleaned and I touched up the frame on it because it had some marks. And you can't even tell, at least from this angle, that I touched it up. I think I did pretty good. But, yeah. Let's see. I love my Marvelous. Good. I have the Marvelous Pearl in here right now. And then this one's very similar to the Marvelous over here. It's called the Anthology Legend, and it plays Beatles songs, which I think is pretty cool. Very similar to the Marvelous, just has a wooden frame instead of plastic, which I still really do like the plastic though, and I think the Marvelous, the gold frame on it just really looks nice, like in the light, the different lights, it sort of changes color a little bit. Yes, gotta love the Beatles. It plays 6 different Beatles songs. I'll play another one. It looks like plastic. I promise it's wood. I'm not kidding. I don't know how I can show you, but you can see the grain in it and where they connected some different pieces of wood up there. I promise it's real wood. I'm not kidding. Where can I buy this clock? I must have it. I have one of these available, but it's not on my website yet. I'm hoping to get it up early February, if not late January. Aiming for late January, but I'm just saying early February to be safe. But if you find one in the meantime, this is the Anthology Legend. I will type it in the chat so you can see. It's kind of hard to find. The Beatles ones are pretty hard to find. Oh my gosh, I can't respond to the comment. But yeah. It'll be up pretty soon. It has the original box and stuff too. But yeah. What's the rarest one? Probably this one right below it. It's this like brass mantle clock. The two people turn and face each other and then play their respective instruments, and it has this like really, really fancy sound to it. I don't keep batteries in that one because it is so rare and hard to find, and that's sort of why it's on this pedestal here as well. There are some other wall clocks that are pretty rare as well, but yeah. When are they all gonna ring? They are all gonna ring in about 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I'd say 2 minutes. But yeah, I just want a clock that plays Love, Love, Love. That's valid. That's honestly probably for me top 5 best songs on these clocks. I have one, hopefully, it's shipping to me currently that I need to fix, and once I fix it, it will be listed for sale on my website. So give me 2 months and it'll be up. Because I do test them all before I list them. I don't just fix them and then list them right away. I want to make sure that they work for like a period of time before I just list them. But yes. If you're interested though, there are some available now. There you go. Feel free to screenshot, and don't forget the coupon code that expires the 31st of this month. And any second now, the chimes will start. Here, I'm going to play this one while we wait. But whenever you hear the cuckoo clock, that's when it's going to start. Cat Daddy, welcome. Thank you for the heart me. I heart you back. You came in at the perfect time. It's gonna start now. If you remind me, I will play the Hello Kitty after this, but it's gonna be a little bit loud. Any second now. Here we go. And that was it. 2 minutes of chaos there. Thank you so much, M, for the multiple gifts, the 5 roses and the heart me. I heart you back. Thank you so much. And thank you. I missed somebody. I'm trying to find it. Thank you, Sherry, for the rose. Thank you guys so much. If I missed any of your comments, let me know. And I will respond. Just repeat it again. But I promised I'd play the Hello Kitty clock, so I will play it. Thank you, Ruth Ann, for the Rosa. I didn't even know that was a thing. Thank you so much. Do you have the Pokemon Center magical clock? I do not. Fun fact, though, it's made by Rhythm, the same brand that a lot of these clocks are. This is basically another version of that clock, just flipped the other way, because it cracks down the middle, vertically instead of horizontally. I had an opportunity to buy a new in the box Pokemon magical clock for $100 back in 2007 or 8, and I didn't buy it. And I regret that decision to this day. I would still have it in my collection. There's no way I would ever sell it if I got one, but maybe that year or maybe a year or two later, someone posted a video of it on YouTube. The video blew up, has millions of views now, and now that clock goes for $5,000 plus. There's one on eBay right now that doesn't work at all, that is in horrible condition where it may not even be able to be repaired, that's listed for $3,000. So yeah, the Pokemon community and the collectors are kind of crazy, but I respect it. How old am I? I am 23. Which is your favorite? I joined at the end of that the first time. Yeah, it goes back to its original time. It's what they call a dancing hands clock for obvious reasons. One of the original versions, well, this is based off of the original version, is this Snoopy one over here, which is one of my favorites, which sort of answers another question. But yeah, the hands on this one dance a little bit more. They're like a little more in sync to the music, whereas like on the Hello Kitty clock, for example, I would almost call it more bouncing hands, because the hands just kind of bounce. This one's very similar to the Hello Kitty clock, and they're sort of like still in sync, but they don't move as much. They just sort of bounce around. But yeah. And then once it's done, it goes back to the original time. The older one goes back to the original time way quicker than this one does, but it gets back eventually. Whoa, I just tripped. I gotta give the shout out though, the little promo here. If you're enjoying, go follow my Instagram, which is at @TMClocks, and my YouTube, which is Timeless Moments. Timeless Moments on the tube, TM Clocks on the gram. Can you show us a Hello Kitty clock? Yes! I just showed the other one over there, but I will show this one now. This is one I'm working on fixing at the moment. It doesn't always work, these little demonstration buttons. There we go. But yeah, this one will eventually be for sale. I just need to fix it, like make sure it's 100% working, because whenever you press the button, it should just, well, it should do that. That's exactly what it should do. But yeah. Hey, thank you, Riley, for the confetti. That was fun. Thank you so much. Fun fact, there is a Snoopy version of this clock as well. Snoopy's underneath there, and there's a cookie in front of it. And the cookie cracks open, and Snoopy's under there. It's pretty fun. I don't have that one at the moment. Let's see. What is your favorite clock? Oh, sorry, I was going to answer. I had pinned the one comment so I would remember. Are there clocks for sale that aren't listed online? There are some, but typically they will all be listed. Like I have, it just takes me time to list them because I have to take pictures, write descriptions for all of them. And it takes me about a week to go through and do all that. And with the new year stuff going on and doing these live streams and stuff, I haven't had the time to sit down and really work on it. But I do have some that will be listed very soon, hopefully the end of the month, at the very latest the beginning of February. Like for example, that one over there, this little carousel clock down here will be as well. But I just need to find the time to do it because it's very time consuming. But they will be listed very, very soon. This one's one of the oldest ones. And it only plays this one song. But it's one of the oldest ones. It came out in 1991. 1991 or 1992. But yeah, it's one of the oldest ones of that type that they have. And then my favorite as well. My current favorite, I have a lot in here. I have like a like a tier list that I need to make, as someone said in the last live stream. But this one's probably my current favorite. I just really like this gear design. It has this really cool introduction, but trust me, it's worth it to wait for the magic to happen. But yeah, it's really cool. It's got the temperature and humidity on it as well. But yeah, and there's other colors of it too. But I think my favorite is the black and silver, personally. Did you one time try and put all of them as your alarm? I have them all set to about the same time right now, so they all go off. That just happened about 10 minutes ago. And if you stay in here for another, we'll say, 46, 47 minutes, they will all go off on the hour again. Yeah, I accidentally set this guy right here once because I was taking pictures of it, and I had opened up the mouth, and that turns on the alarm function. And it went off at like 6 a.m. and woke me and my whole family up, and that was not fun because it's really loud. If you've never seen this guy before, get ready because he's definitely something you won't forget. I have that guy. See, you know what I mean. I'm trying to pronounce your name here. Hold on. Lori H. Lori H. Probably, maybe, hopefully. Anyway, here he is. And then you just, that's the demo, that's how you turn it off. But yeah, if I had his mouth open and I had it on this mode, which is the alarm mode, then it would go off. But yeah, fun times. It's really loud. They made those back in the 90s. Yeah, my buddy got me this. It was supposed to be a pillow. Like, it was supposed to come stuffed, but they didn't stuff it, and I was like, I'll just hang it on the ceiling. That's kind of cool. So there it is. It's right next to my, heck yeah, it's 2025, sign. But yeah, those chickens, so many people love these chickens for whatever reason. I mean, I get it. It's funny. There are some people that, hate them though as well. Hey, I had that clock back when I lived in Japan in the 90s. That's awesome. Was yours the Japanese version? The Japanese version, the alarm's different. I think he sounds like a gangster. And it's so funny. I want to try and find one for myself, but I have yet to pull the trigger on buying one. Show us your childhood rhythm clock. That is the Cinderella rhythm clock, and it is in the other room right now. Unfortunately, I had one hanging right here in the other live streams you may have seen, but it sold. It was almost exactly the same as my original one. My original one is 23, almost 23 years old, and just recently it stopped keeping time, so I need to replace the movement in it, which is why I had the other one hanging there. Because it actually worked. But, yeah. How many clocks do you own? I've got a lot. I've got too many. In this room right now alone, there's about 300. So, yeah, there's quite a few. And I could stay on here all day and talk about each individual clock and different stories behind them. I got a lot of them whenever I was a kid. Is there a way that I can, I was hoping that I could, put a picture on the stream, because if I could put a picture on here, then you would be able to see the clock. I don't want to go in the other room right now, because it's an absolute mess. It looks like a tornado, landed in there. But, yeah. And that chime means that we've got about 15 minutes left until the next hourly chimes that play. I haven't played this one yet on the stream. This is a lot of people's favorite, the clock that plays Honesty by Billy Joel. It also plays 5 other songs, including Memory. thank you so much, JC. I hope that I'm saying that correctly, for the 2 roses. Thank you so much. How long did it take collecting all of them? I'm 23 and I got my first rhythm clock whenever I was 2. So yeah, 2, almost 3. But yeah, and I still have that one to this day. I would say I have all of the ones that I got up until I was about 10 or so. I have all the ones from that time period. There are a couple that I got after that time that I've traded for different models or sold. But I have all of my OG collection from back then, and I will never get rid of them either. Someone asked for a Beatles clock. Here's one. This is one of my favorites. This is probably a top 5, top 10 in the collection. Thank you, Goose Goose, for the finger heart. Here's a hand heart back. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for all the love today. This is part 2. I had to stop the stream earlier because I got an important phone call I had to answer. But thank you all for all the support today. These will also all be uploaded on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Timeless Moments. They will be uploaded on Friday. One part will be, and then the next part will maybe be Monday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, which clock has the most sentimental value? Either my first rhythm clock ever, which is the Cinderella that I was talking about before, or the one that I got my mom for Christmas that Victoria's son was asking about. By the way, so sorry. I saw your comment and I pinned it because I was going to respond, and then I totally forgot. But that clock is downstairs right now. Yes, I will never get rid of that, and neither will my mom because she loves that clock so much. We looked for that clock for nearly 20 years, and I finally found one for her and surprised her on Christmas last year with it. And it was such a pain to get it because the seller, one of the worst online buying experiences I've ever had on eBay. Just in general, one of the worst online purchases ever, and eBay was such a pain through it because the lady tried to scam me, and it was just such a headache, but it was so worth it to see my mom's face when she opened it. We both cried so much. But yeah, let's see. Thank you so much, Binar, for the finger heart. Here's a hand heart back for you. Thanks so much. Do they make ticking sounds? No. All of these have like non-ticking movements in them for the most part. This one right here is probably the loudest one. And you can kind of hear it, but it's really quiet. But like if I come across the room over here to one of these gear ones, for example, very quiet. In fact, you can hear the ticking from the other one across the room, but there's like no ticking on this one. But yeah. Can you show the details on the other one that plays Love, Love, Love? Yes. This one is the original version of the Hello Kitty clock that you all know and love. And it is called the Small World Glad Duo. Like D-U-O. It's like an exclusive model to Japan, and that's why the name is kind of weird, because it's translated English. But yeah, it's not as hard to find as the Hello Kitty one, but it's still a pretty rare model, even in Japan. They're pretty much impossible to find in the US. But yeah, I don't know which one you'd have better luck finding, that one or the Hello Kitty one in the US, because sometimes, like, these character themed clocks, people will go on trips to Japan and buy things like this and bring them back. So you do have a good chance at getting something like that. That's how I got this Hello Kitty clock and how I got the Totoro clock over there. Both of those came from someone else buying them from Japan and bringing them to the US, keeping it for 10 or so years and then reselling it. But yeah. So, yeah. There's the Totoro. Do you want to hear it? I will play it. Hi, do you sell o'clock? I do sell o'clock. I sell o'clocks. Feel free to take a screenshot and use the coupon code, perhaps. It expires on the 31st. But I have quite a few clocks there, and as I said before, there will be more that will be listed hopefully by the end of this month, if not early next month, very early February, if not late January. Totoro clock, yes. There it is. It's so nice. Would love to, but shipping to Europe from the US sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, unfortunately that's a case with a lot of people, and I honestly don't even ship overseas because I like to give warranties on my clocks, and at least, like, I know, like, if it's shipped here in the US and it breaks in shipping, I can have them send the clock back and maybe possibly send a replacement. If I do that overseas, it's pretty much impossible, and it would cost a lot of money. And I also can't give a warranty on any clocks overseas because of that exact reason. Sending it back and having me fix it and then sending it back whenever the shipping cost would be like over $100 probably. So yeah, I wish that there were more places that I could refer you to overseas that sells these clocks. Unfortunately, global shipping is not available. Which one is the fanciest? There's a lot of different fancy clocks here. It's kind of hard to say which one is the exact fanciest. This one's kind of fancy here because it has an actual music box in it, whereas all the other ones have electronic sound. So it actually plays from this disc. And I have more discs in this little case down here. And I don't know, it's not that these other clocks aren't fancy, but a lot of like these wooden ones sort of seem extra fancy to me. I don't know why. Like, especially for example, this one right here. It just has such a fancy look to it that a lot of the other ones don't have. It plays Music or Westminster chime. And I have it on the quarter hour right now, but... And there you go. Typically it would chime, but that was for 30 minutes, and then this will be 45 minutes. But yeah, and then if I press the button again, it'll play the full Westminster, but you get the idea. That chime is inspired by the Big Ben, right? Yeah, Big Ben plays the Westminster chime, so well, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's like the tubular bell sound. Yeah, I love the sound quality as well. But yeah, this one's called the WSM Lauren, and WSM stands for Westminster and Strike or Melody. And if you kind of look here on the sticker, you get to choose between Westminster every quarter hour, Westminster every hour, 6 classical songs, or 3 Christmas songs. So you can kind of choose what you want to hear. And the songs sound the same as like the songs on these here. There's just 6 different classical. How much, how to buy? This one is available for pre-order right over here. And you can use a coupon code as well. It's valid until January 31st. But yeah, and I do have a lot of other models that play the Westminster chime as well, different designs and stuff. But yeah, the smallest clock, probably one of these down here. This little one, which I really like the design on, and also this one that has a cool light. But yeah, and the light flashes to the beep alarm as well. Does this one have batteries? It does, yeah. It's got a cool little backlit thing. You can't really see very well, but it's got a tree and some birds. There, you can kind of see now. But yeah. Let's see. Can you show the one that plays Honesty by Billy Joel? I will. I'm going to play Around the World by Nat King Cole on this one first. If I can find it. God. And whenever you press the button more than once on these older ones, they go back around again. But while this one's closing, I will take this time to say that we've got a little bit less than a half hour left until all the clocks go off on the hour again. So if you want to hear about 80 clocks at once, stay for another half hour. And just as I'm saying that, this little one over here is reminding me, because it goes off every quarter hour. But yeah, anyway, Honesty Clock. It plays 5 other songs too. and that one does the same thing. But yeah, this one right below it is another probably top 5 or top 10 in my collection. It's pretty neat. Thank you, Lori H. That is also one of my favorites. There's another version that has all the different zodiac signs inside. It looks really, really cool. I don't know which is my favorite of the two. But yeah. Let's see. I feel like there was something else that I was going to respond to, but I want a nice clock like this someday. I need one of these in my house. If you're looking, even window shopping, feel free to take a screenshot. Check it out. There they are. But yeah, can you show us the one that looks like a classroom? I'm trying to figure out which one that is. I don't exactly know which one that would be. Or else I would show it. But yeah. There is this Ballerina one, though. Not even close to classroom, but I do really like this one a lot. I think it's worth demonstrating. Oh, okay. It was on a table. 2 girls. One was sitting... Is it this one? It might be this one. It kind of does look like an old classroom. It's got like that brick in the back. This might be it. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have batteries in this one right now. And it's one of my rarest / most expensive ones. It's really neat. It has a touch sensor instead of a button on it. If I had batteries, then I would show you. It's really cool though, because they turn and face each other, and then she plays, in quotes, her little piano / organ thing, and she plays the harp. It's a really cool clock, and it has some of the most high quality sound out of any of the clocks that I have. Including the Phantom of the Opera, honestly. But yeah. Speaking of, anybody want to see the Phantom of the Opera clock again? Because I do. Oh, hell yeah, clocks! Clock King! Hi, Winter. That's me. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a good day. Here is the Phantom of the Opera clock. can you set all the clocks to the right time real quick? There's about 80 in this room that are set to go off at the same time on the hour. So if you stay for about, I don't know, say 20 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more than that, 23 minutes, I don't know. Just on average, about 20 minutes, they're all going to go off on the hour. And it will be a little bit chaotic, but it's cool. It's worth it, I think, at least. I don't know. And if you don't feel like staying and waiting, you can go to my YouTube channel, Timeless Moments, or my Instagram, which is at TM Clocks, no spaces or underscores or anything. And you can watch a video of them all going off there as well. But yeah, a similar one to the Phantom of the Opera, it's basically like the newest version of that one, is this one. It's a little bit smaller in size, but it's kind of similar. It does the same thing. There's just different things underneath the numbers. It's similar, but yeah. Do you still have the Snoopy clock? Yes, I do. When and how did you start collecting all these clocks? I will answer that after the Snoopy clock, because I don't want to forget to play it. Yay! That one's so fun to watch. It's, I said this before, but it's the original version, original movement of the Hello Kitty clock that everyone loves so much over there. There. But how did I start? When and how did I start? So it all started whenever I was sick in the hospital. I was 13 months old, year and 1 month, whatever. That's just always what my mom says. And I couldn't calm down, so she was walking me up and down the hallway in the hospital, and they have those, like, two-sided clocks, like, hanging out off the wall in the hospitals, and I kept pointing at it, and she's like, yep, that's a clock. And then I just started saying clock over and over again. Yeah, that was it. People brought me little clocks as gifts to play with in my hospital bed, and then my grandma eventually discovered rhythm clocks online, and yeah, that's been it ever since. And now I pretty much strictly collect rhythm and Seiko clocks, but I love all clocks in general, though. But yeah, hoping that someday I can get a grandfather clock as well, but don't have one yet. Sick kids in the hospital, gang. Let's go. Let's go. That's my lore. What's the long gray one? I've had a couple people ask. I don't feel like it's that exciting, but a lot of people like it. It's just got this pendulum that moves back and forth that won't move because that one's too close beside it. I don't have batteries in it at this time, though. But yeah. Do they all go off at the same time? If you stay in for about 20 minutes, they are all going to go off. All the ones that have batteries, at least. It's about 80 of them are going to go off. Yeah, it is different and interesting, though. This one is the sister model to this one right here. As you can see, they're kind of similar a little bit in appearance. Just that one has a wooden frame. And then there is a mantle clock over here that I actually do have batteries in. That is another related models to those. And I will play it now if I can find the button. There we go. It definitely is very 80s. It came out in the early 2000s though. It's really cool though. I would say this one looks a little more related to the gray one on the wall that you asked about though. Billy Joel Honesty. Yes. I did just play. Whoa, my gosh, I almost dropped my phone. Sorry. Whoops. I just invited somebody. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I did just play this one a couple minutes ago. So I'll play this one down here. It also plays Honesty. Sorry about sending that invite. My phone slipped out of my hand. Oops. I wanted to play Memory, apparently. Let's see. Which has the funnest music? I don't know. I'm gonna say probably the Snoopy clock. It's got some goofy songs. Let's see. Oops. There. Well, new internet unlocked. That's funny. How long does it take to adjust them all for daylight savings time? It takes a couple of days. I probably could knock it out in one day, but I wouldn't do anything else that day. Typically, I don't have batteries in all the clocks in here in my collection. I typically only keep batteries in a select few, and I switch them out every once in a while. Because I use most of the batteries that I have for the clocks that I have for sale. Because I test them before I list them for sale, and even while they're listed, I keep batteries in them just to ensure that they continue to work. But yeah, because batteries are not cheap, and also if any of the clocks, like if I leave the batteries in them for too long, the batteries could leak and could ruin the clock. That's why I suggest changing the batteries every 6 months to a year at max. In these, at least. But yeah. Do you have Christmas clocks? I do. Most of these clocks, most of the newer models at least, you can switch them to play Christmas music. For example, this one here, 12 plus 12, whoops, melodies plus 6 Xmas songs. I don't know why they call it Xmas. How did that start? But yeah, this one says Christmas. Probably just to conserve space, I don't know. But yeah. So yeah. Do you have Seiko Holiday Edition clock? I do. I have a couple. I think you're talking about the special collector's editions. Those two right there, and then there's one up over here, right here, which this is the 2005, which I think was the very first one they did. But yeah. Hey, Marcy, I remember you. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you're still loving them. Uh, I remember I had to email you because I was like, I thought I was getting scammed. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never had this happen before. Thank you so much. That meant so much to me. And it also means so much to me to know that you're still enjoying them all as well. I hope you're having a nice New Year as well. Nice to see you back. uh, can you please show the one that plays the Beatles in all caps? Yes, I will. This one plays 6 different Beatles songs. Oh man, sitting in Houston airport. Oh gosh. uh Not fun. Is it a layover or are you just waiting? I typically get stuck at Atlanta, which is not fun either. I got stranded at LAX once, and luckily the airline, I can't remember what airline it was now, set me up with a hotel room. But that was not fun because that was my second time traveling alone, and it was horrifying being stuck in LA by myself. This is another Beatles one here as well. Tell your mom I played that one just for her. uh, and I also keep all mine on the Beatles. All the ones that play Beatles, I keep it on that. Just because I love them so much. What would you do if you found a Squid Game clock? I don't know. That would be kind of scary, I feel like. I've never actually seen Squid Game before. I've just heard about it. I know. I know the concept of it. But, yeah. Let's see. I'm going to play one that I haven't played yet. Oh, wait. This one has Beatles, too. I do gotta remind you, we got about 10 minutes now, probably a little bit less than 10 minutes until about 80 of these clocks start going off on the hour. It's gonna be a little bit chaotic, but I promise it's worth it to stay for that. And I also have to say, if you're looking for any clocks, this exists. Feel free to take a screenshot if you wish. This wonderful little coupon code doesn't expire until the 31st. But there it is. If you're looking for a clock, they are there. And you can email me if you're looking for a specific one. I'll try and do my best to help you find it. And do you have any favorite characters you want to see on a clock? I definitely want to see a Mario clock. That would be nice. My childhood would be complete if there was a Mario Kart clock that opened up or did something on the hour, because Mario Kart's like my favorite game of all time. And if any of you guys like Mario Kart, I can promise you that I will beat you. That is not a threat, that's a promise. I will beat you at Mario Kart. That's the only thing I'm confident about in my life. DWS Westminster chime for Bashy. You've said it a couple times, sorry. Been trying to get to you. The back cover fell off. There we go. It just slides right back in. If I knew my Switch account or whatever, I would tell you so you could add me and I could prove myself right, because that is the one thing that I am actually confident about in life, is my Mario Kart ability. And if you beat me, it would probably shatter my small ego that I have related to Mario Kart. So, yeah. But, let's see. Do you even relate to Clock King from Batman? I'm gonna be honest with you. You might hate me a little bit, but I didn't even know Clock King was a character. I have people that call me, like, Father Time and stuff a lot, so I just thought it was another one of those names. I'm gonna have to look him up after the stream. I didn't realize that, because that's what you came in saying, too. Do you have the clock from the Ghibli movie? You're referring to Whisper the Heart. I do not, but I have plenty that are very similar and close. And I actually do have this clock right here, which is completely themed after my neighbor Totoro, that I will play. Natalia says, this room would be perfect for school morning because I don't wake up. I mean, yeah, that would be pretty convenient as long as you have somebody to turn the lights on in your room at 6 or 7 in the morning, because all these clocks have night sensors, light sensors. I always say night sensors. The little teeny tiny dot right there is a light sensor, and the best way to demonstrate it is on this little Seiko alarm clock here. As you can see, the light turned on there for a second, but whoa, oh my gosh, I almost dropped it. Y'all saw that, right? So you see it's in the light, but whenever I cover the little sensor down there, the night light turns on. And that's pretty much how these clocks work. Whenever the sensor doesn't detect light, then the music doesn't play on the hour. So you gotta have your mom or somebody turn the light on in the clock room. We love Totoro in this house. I agree. We got about 5 minutes. I'm gonna say 4 minutes probably. Whenever this cuckoo clock right here goes off, that's when you know that the chaos is about to start. This will be the 3rd time I hear all the clocks go off today. Yes! Let's go! I'm so glad you're enjoying. Thank you so much for watching all this time. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. I need to go live more often. It's just very time consuming and difficult to get this setup going, because typically I don't have batteries in all these clocks here in this room. But yeah. Hopefully I'm working right now on getting a live stream set up so that I will be able to go live. I won't have quite all of these clocks, but there will be at least 20 to 30 in that space. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Everest Flyday, for the heart me. I heart you back. Thank you so much. Your team has completed the first stage of Team Quest. I don't know what that means, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. How do you sleep with all the ticking? The clocks don't actually tick. They have non-ticking movements. Let me know if you hear a tick. And if you do, it's probably one of these from across the room. The pendulum on this one right here is kind of noisy. You can hear it moving, and then this one right beside it also ticks, but most of them don't tick. Is this your actual bedroom? Yes, this is my actual bedroom. Believe it or not. Yes, and like I was saying with the light sensors, right there, whenever the lights are off in the room, the clocks don't go off. So, yeah. But yeah, clocked back in for the 80-piece symphony. Welcome back. Welcome back. A TikTok about a bunch of TikToks without TikToks, right? Oh my gosh, thank you, Tricky Chris Twofer, for the 3 gifts and also a CD emoji for the rose. It's time. Oh, thank you for the heart me, Binar, as well. I hope I'm saying that right. It's time, guys. The final chimes of the stream. We've been live for about 4 hours in 2 parts, so it's time. And there it is. Whew. Let me respond to all these comments. Thank you guys so much for all the gifts. Oh my gosh. Please, if I miss any of your gifts or your questions in the comments, please let me know. I'm gonna try and scroll up here so I can thank everyone. Questions, please ask me questions. Repeat your questions again. I will try and get to them. I just didn't want to talk through that because I wanted you guys to be able to hear the chaos. Thank you, RG, for the 13 roses. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Thank you for the paper crane as well, RG. Thank you, Marcy, for the hand hearts. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hand hearts back to you. I'm glad you're enjoying all your clocks as well. Let's see. Thank you, Tricky Chris Twofer, again for the team bracelet and now the heart me. Let's see. Thank you, Maddie, for the GG, the 3 of them. Thank you all. This hand heart is for all of you. Thank you so much. Do you have any cuckoo clocks? That's the first question I've seen. Yes. This one right here. It's not a technical real cuckoo clock because it's not made in Germany. By definition, they are supposed to be made in Germany. And this one is not, but it's made in Japan. And oh my god, the little crowd. I would have turned my camera around and put that on. Thank you so much, user 3113845977496 for that. But yeah, it doesn't have an electronic cuckoo sound. It has a real, genuine cuckoo sound that's made with this paper in here. It compresses like an accordion, sort of. You can kind of see it down in there. And the crazy thing, that entire thing runs on one AA battery. Whereas like that clock right up there takes 4 D batteries. So it's really neat that they were able to compress all that down to just one AA battery. It's got the demo button up there. It's got the light sensor down there so that it doesn't play in the dark. But yeah, play Rhythm Pine Clock. I am not sure of the clock you're talking about. I don't think there are any rhythm clocks named Pine. But if you can figure out what the model is, I will play it. What would you consider your weirdest clock? There are a lot of weird ones, for sure. I think the weirdest would probably be either this clown clock right here. Unfortunately, I don't have batteries in either of these. This one, it plays Rockabye Baby in this really, really creepy electronic sound. It sounds similar to this one, but even scarier. And it's kind of like detuned and it sounds really scary. But just imagine that, and it's got all these little like clowns on it. So that one's weird. I don't have batteries in it, unfortunately. If I had batteries in it, I'd play it. If enough of you want to hear it, I will take the batteries out of this Hello Kitty clock and put them in there. Yeah, and then the next one is this Seiko clock that's football themed. Now, it's not so weird at the first distance here, or first look. What am I saying? First look, it's not that weird, but for some reason, it plays all these Americana songs, but mixed in there is the funeral march. Can someone explain to me why this sort of happy sports themed clock plays the funeral march? It's the weirdest thing ever. There was a baseball version as well, and that one also played the funeral march. I just think it's the weirdest addition for a song on a clock in general. Because why would you want to put the funeral march on any of these clocks? It's such a sad, depressing song. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. if you're looking for any of these clocks, I do have to say, feel free to screenshot this. This is a great source, this website. And this coupon code is good till January 31st. New listings coming hopefully before the end of the month. But yeah, can we hear Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on the yellow Hello Kitty clock? Yes. Maybe. If I can find it. Hold on. God. Guys, okay. I'm getting another phone call. I've never had this happen before where I've gotten 2 important phone calls in one day. I have the literal rhythm clock company, these clocks right here. This guy is calling me right now. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Oh, okay. If I end the live stream and come back in 5 minutes, will you be here? I thought you were a tiny old lady. Well, listen to my voice. What do I sound like? Oh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Will you guys be here? Because I will come right back and I will play Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. This is an important call. I can't not take this. I'm sorry. I will be right back. Thank you all so much. I will leave you with... Part 3 coming. Part 3 coming soon. Part 3! Woo!